Hi guys. In today's 9 minutes motivation, I'm going to speak something which might be a little offensive to few of you, but it also is a very big eye opener to all of them who are a growing individual and those of them who are finding it difficult to grow in life. Something which I think all of you would have said at some point of time, or you will hear people saying that, especially when people come to my programs, whether it is a public program or it is a classroom programs, whatever kind of program, and when a lot of things are being discussed, a lot of things are discussed, and they all actually really enjoy listening to whatever I have to share about. Maybe laws of life, maybe the values, maybe the principles, and maybe the some clarity, some brainwaves, some insights, and it's very amazing. And a lot of times I have gone through this feeling that is it really worth what people speak, or me putting all the effort to change lives of people. So this one thing I want to say very straight to all of you is this: a lot of people say after attending my programs, or many of the programs which they attend in some management course, some uh, discourses, they read some book and say it's all good but it is not practical. And this is one big statement I have seen people making very regularly. Whatever you are telling, it's nice to hear, but I think it is not practical. And it is not practical, and it is not practical. And I get amused because all that I have been sharing, discussing, teaching, explaining to people, everything first I have implemented in my life, experimented with myself, on myself, seen the results, and then I have asked them to go and practice it. So when people say it's not practical, I say, but I have done it. And I also see so many people from whom I have learned, or I have seen them practicing it. Now, observing them only, I realize that is how it has to be done. So many people are still doing it, which means it is practical only. Then why is it people say, end up saying very often, all that is good, but it is not practical. It is not practical. And I realize now this with last 20-25 years of experience being with teaching people, training people, guiding, coaching them. One thing I've understood is this: the word called impractical is basically vocabulary of those people who do not want to take up the responsibility of implementation, because all this values, principles, teachings, learnings, insight, brainwaves, thoughts, ideas, laws of life, all these clarities of life, only when you implement, only life will become beautiful. Just by knowledge, just by listening to it, life will not become beautiful. Listening to it, you feel good, but if you want to see a transformation in your life, it has to be implemented. And those are the growing people who take up the responsibility of implementing. All of them who take up the responsibility of implementing and make sure they put every possible thing from their side. They do whatever it takes to make it possible. For them, everything is practical and they see the life beautifully growing. And those of them who actually want to grow without doing anything, without making any changes in their life, lifestyle, thought process, whatever it may be, are the people. They have this vocabulary called, I think it is not practical. Impracticality is the vocabulary of those mediocre people who do not want to own up the responsibility of implementation. And if at times any one of you ever felt listening to some motivational speaker, maybe a teacher, maybe a discourse, and you thought it's not practical, it is not that it's not practical. What is not practical? For everything that I've shared with all of you over all this episodes, close to 800 episodes now, I think every lesson, every sharing that I have shared with all of you has basically been a part of my life. It's a part of my thought process. It is part of my DNA. It is part of my the way I live my everyday. So everything is practical. And every time people say, you ask people to forgive. It's very impractical to forgive people. Huh. You don't want to forgive people, you say, I don't have issue with that. But don't say that it's so difficult to forgive, because I have seen so many people have forgiven me. I have forgiven so many people. And the whole wisdom of forgiveness came from Jesus Christ, who on the deathbed itself said, oh Lord, forgive them for they know not what. And he actually chose to forgive people. So it's all, you take any aspect of life. Whether it is simple to you, complicated to you, easy for you, difficult to you, that is not important. Important is you take any aspect of life, and I can show you so many people living by those ideologies or those lessons or those insights, those implementations, and not once or twice, on a regular basis. So, which means if so many people are doing, practicing, and living all these values, principles, ideologies, it means it is possible. For them, it is practical. Moment anybody says, what I have learned or understood or I have read or heard, it is not practical. It only means you do not want to take up the responsibility of implementation. And I think this one thing, if everybody can make it a habit, make it an attitude, that thought process, that no matter whatever I learn from this person or that person, this book or that discourse or that program, whichever it may be, whatever may be the source of information, knowledge for you, but if every individual can say, I'll implement it, I'll implement it long enough and then see the results, or till I see the results, I'll keep implementing. What is there to lose? What is there to lose if we implement something very positive, something very powerful, something very good, positive, progressive? What is there to lose? There's being a mod, somebody has told, smile. No, what's wrong about smiling? You can go with through whatever you're going through. Just make sure you smile as long as your eyes are open and you're moving in the world. Carry a smile. Okay, carry a smile. Even if it looks artificial, do it. No, take up the responsibility of implementation. As simple as, if somebody says be happy 24/7, looks little tricky for a lot of people, but you can carry a smile. No, whatever you are, wherever you are, whenever you are, with whomever you are, carry a smile, even if it looks plastic smile. No? Smile. I know of a country which was hosting Olympics, and those people look very sad. I don't know, name the country, you guess it. I know for a country where Olympics were held, and tourists from all over the world will come to see that Olympic sports. They should not have a wrong image. So the whole country was trained to smile, and they achieved it. You can't say, I can't smile 20. You don't want to smile 24/7. You say, I am okay with it. But you implement. What is there for you to lose? If you carry a smiling face, what somebody will come and want? Spit on your face, on my face. They'll feel you're mad or what. No matter whatever. But if you do it, what is there for you to lose? Implementation is the responsibility every student, every seeker, every shishya, every disciple, every pupil, every student should be able to have a thought process. I think everything is possible. Everything is possible. Just take up this responsibility that no matter what, I will implement what I have heard, learned, read from whatever the source of knowledge or information is. I think life will be very, very beautiful, hugely growing, with amazing results. I have done it. I've seen so many of them doing it. You too can. With their belief, let's start this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Here we go. I believe I can. So guys, go get set and grow.
Are you